Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, what's up? Do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. So today I am showing you my newest pedicure that I'm bringing back for the fall and the winter months that my customers absolutely love. This is the jelly pedicure. I make it a spa pedicure and it just has so many benefits for the feet and for the skin, and it's just really fun for them to sit in slushy like water and play with. So let me show you how I do my jelly spa pedicure right now. So here are the basic supplies that I use. I have my client kits that you guys have already seen that have all the basic tools I need. And this is the jelly packet. It comes with everything that you need to do this jelly pedicure. And I include a mask as well, which is actually from a different pedicure. So we just repurpose stuff. And then I have all my implements. So let's get started. So the first thing when you buy your jelly packet, so I get mine locally at the beauty supply store. You can find them on Amazon. If I do, I will leave a link in the description box below for you. So it's always going to be a two-step process. One step is going to make your water into the slushy like jelly pedicure bath, and the other packet or the other side of it is to bring it back into water form, because again, you do need water to actually wipe off their leg and perform the pedicure. So you want to just turn it back into regular water halfway through. So the first thing I do is I fill up my basin half of what I normally would, because remember, I'm going to add more water when I turn it back into water. So you're going to add a little bit. Now, this packets are normally made for the pedicure thrones. So when you're using a small basin, you're an at-home tech like myself, do not use the whole packet. It will be so thick and it's not it. So you can actually use one packet. Sometimes I'll get 2 to 3 pedicures out of each packet. It depends. Different brands have a different amount in it, but you want to just add that jelly packet to the water, give it a little swirl, give it a little bit of a second to kind of do its thing. And while that's happening, I'm just going to set up all my supplies on the side. So now that we're ready to begin, I always start by taking off my client's polish. She let me know that this was regular polish that she had done at home and this wasn't gel polish, because normally I would drill it off first and everything, but we're just going to go ahead with some regular acetone and remove all of her polish. So after removing the gel polish, what I like to do anytime I'm doing a spa pedicure that has a mask, I like to make sure they're getting the full benefit of any type of mask, and I want to give them as long as possible to sit in that mask. So before I do anything, I'm going to go ahead with that leg mask, and I'm going to rub it on my hands and place it on both her calves so it can do its thing the whole time that I'm doing her feet. Now she's ready to put her feet into the water. Again, I like to give them time in the water, especially with this pedicure because it's slushy and they like to like feel it, and it feels all like funny and gooky and cool, and I don't know, it's all types of. If you've never done a jelly pedicure, you have to do it. I've done it on myself and it's just very fun. But again, I actually like what it does for the feet. There's something that's in these crystallized beads that actually does something for the callus and the skin. It actually does make it softer and smoother when you're done. I thought it was just like a fun, cool thing, but it's actually very beneficial for anybody that has really dry skin. So again, this is why I offer it in the fall and the winter months. So now I'm gonna have her take one of her feet out, and again, this is a messy pedicure, I will say. It is a messy one. So we're going to try to get most of that stuff off back into the basin before I have her lift her feet up. Because she also does have stuff on it, this is a slippery pedicure. And I'm just going to go ahead with my normal process that I do for a pedicure, which is cutting the toenails, pushing back the cuticles, trying to nip, and using my e-file with the mini sanding band to get rid of everything, filing the nails, you know, the whole process. I've had other videos that I will leave a link down below where I get more detailed. I have saw some of you guys request that I get a lot closer detailed when it comes to doing a lot of the cuticle work for pedicures. Every pedicure I do, guys, I'm trying to get as close as possible. I've zoomed this in, and I didn't speed anything up for this foot because I wanted you to see fully what I was doing. But it is extremely hard to film pedicure videos because I still have to do my job. And I can't see with the camera right. My forehead's banging into the camera. I have lights on. It's a lot going on. So I'll try to, every time I do a pedicure video, guys, I'm trying to get as close as possible, trying to get as detailed as possible. So I hope this helps. If you guys have any suggestions or any more comments, obviously always leave them down below, and I will do the best that I can in the future. So now that all that's done, I apply a little bit of cuticle oil and massage that into the nails and the skin before I go ahead and scrub the bottom of the foot. I use about, I think it's a 80 grit abrasive foot file. Again, everything is always linked down below. I have everything that I use always on my Amazon storefront underneath pedicure supplies, but I'll leave you a direct link in the description box below because this is all my basic stuff. And then if I find the jelly pedicure, I'll add it there, or I'll add it separately so you can have that link as well. But I use a nice 80 grit abrasive file to just scrub the bottom of her foot. And because she was soaking in this jelly stuff, I didn't even use my normal Callus spray. I didn't feel the need to it. I didn't want anything from the Callus spray with the beads from the jelly pedicure to kind of backfire on me. So I don't really feel like I need to do it because the jelly pedicure itself is doing stuff for the callus in the skin, and it did wonders. Again, this is just a little bit of a slippery pedicure. I will warn you. You have to be very careful to not move too fast, especially when you're doing work on the toenails. You can push back the cuticle and slide a little bit. You don't want to hurt anybody. You're scraping the bottom of the foot. You don't want to like lose grip and scrape them by accident. So just be very careful. Take your time. You see me wiping off the foot file because it's kind of collecting some stuff. It's more gushy than flaky. So you want to just be very mindful of that. Now that is all done, I'm gonna have her put that foot back into the basin, and then I'm gonna repeat the process on the next foot. So for the next foot, I did speed it up just for the sake of time. I didn't want to speed it up too fast where you couldn't see what I was doing, but I didn't want this video to be a 90-minute video. So I just speed this process up just a little bit. Same process, obviously just doing it all again on the other foot. Okay, so now that all that is done, it is now time to get rid of this jelly and turn this all back into water. So now we're going to take a look at step 2 that comes with the jelly packet. And I do add only half because remember, I only added half to make it jelly. So all I need is half of this packet to bring it back to water. I do add a little bit of water in addition to that just because I feel like it speeds up the process. If you just use the solution and sprinkle it in, it will turn it and it will dissolve the crystals and the beads. It just takes a little bit longer, and I don't know. I just like to add a little bit of water. It speeds it up and it helps the process. So I will you'll see me sprinkle it right on top, again making sure that you only use about half of that. Add a little bit of water, give it a couple of minutes. I tell them to kind of like they can mix their feet around and stuff like that, and over like within the 5 minutes tops it comes back into water. You will still see a little bit of jelly like stuff floating around, but 85 to 90% of it goes back to water. And while that's happening, I'm going to have her take her first foot out that I started with. I'm going to take a little bit of that water, place it all over her calf because now it's been sitting there for a while. It's a little dried out. I use a lot of clay masks, so they tend to dry into the skin well. And I'm using a scrub that I have. Nothing special. Sorry, I didn't show it, but nothing special. I just use a little bit of scrub. This is not even like a sugar scrub. It's very soft, fine type of scrub. I just need something to kind of get that mask off. So I use that all over the calf to help kind of get that off. And then I use it on the feet as well for both. And then I'll rinse everything off. And as you can see, this water, it's you know, very liquidy, and I'm able to just use it like water normally. You also, I get if you're somebody that says, well, you know what, I just want to have it all be jelly the whole time. I don't do a mask. I want them to enjoy it. I hear all that. However, again, if you are an at-home tech, do not pour this down the drain, the sink, the toilet, whatever you're going to do. I would still advise you to dissolve the jelly before discarding it into any type of drain in your home, because we don't have faucets. Again, this is not a pedicure throne. This has to go in our bathroom in some shape, way, or form. So you don't want to clog up your pipes with this stuff, because that will happen, especially if you're doing enough pedicures. So even if you want to skip this whole step for the customer, still use that solution to dissolve it before you discard it. Now I'm just giving her a little bit of oil. I'm only gonna put the oil on her calf, because again, anytime you do some type of skin treatment, even if I will lotion her and all that stuff, while I'm polishing, the skin can get dried out and it becomes itchy for them. So I always like to give some type of cooling gel, oil, something on the calf and the surrounding skin, on the bottom of the foot, on the top of the foot. Just avoid the nail plate, because obviously we're doing gel. We want that to be nice and dry, but I don't want her to be all dried out and eventually ashy while I'm painting her toenails. So I always apply something to the skin. So now she's ready to be polished. She wanted to go with a nice silver glitter because she was doing silver chrome on her nails. So we went with a nice silver glitter for her toes. And that was the end of this pedicure. This pedicure does not include any paraffin, just the leg max. So that was it for this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, and I will see you next time. Bye.